happening right now in a Manhattan courtroom, closing arguments in the Sean Diddy Combs sex crimes trial. After more than 6 weeks of testimony, the defense getting its final chance to convince the jury that Combs is not guilty of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Prosecutors making final arguments yesterday after calling 34 witnesses, the defense calling 0. National correspondent Laura Ingle is live for us outside of the courthouse there. Laura, so what is happening inside that building behind you?
Nichole, there is a lot happening. The defense has its crack right now at closing arguments. We are right now in a lunch break, and we've been told that Marc Agnifilo, his lead defense attorney, is expected to go about another hour and a half, and then we're going to have the prosecution have the rebuttal. But I got to tell you, this is a very different tone than we heard yesterday, which was very serious in nature, of course, because of all of the allegations against Sean Combs that could put him in prison for the rest of his life. Today, his defense attorney talking to the jurors in a very folksy manner. Some people in court say that he's actually sounding a little flippant at times. And I want to give you a couple of examples of how he's trying to take this narrative of what we've heard from prosecutors about Sean Combs to a more relatable sense. Let's just start with Cassie Ventura. We heard a lot about his ex-girlfriend and all of the alleged abuse that happened at Combs' hands. Marc Agnifilo describing the relationship between Combs and Cassie, remember that hotel video, as a modern-day love story. In fact, one of the greatest love stories of our time, and even calling Cassie Ventura the winner in all of this, pointing to the fact that she won a $30 million settlement against Sean Combs while his client is sitting in jail. Agnifilo also mentioned Jane, the latest ex-girlfriend of Sean Combs before his arrest, who testified at his trial about what she said were brutal hotel nights and alleged abuse. Agnifilo says, well, I hope she's having a nice day wherever she is, because she's sitting in an apartment right now that my client is paying for. So those are some of the clean versions of the things that I can tell you. Some of this closing argument talk has actually gone a little X-rated. You'll read about it online. Jurors also, remember, heard prosecutors tie each charge and allegation to the witness testimony and evidence working to prove their case. That was yesterday. And again, today, Agnifilo is working to counter each and every claim. All of Combs' adult children, his mother, his friends, his supporters are all here today for closing arguments. And, you know, they've actually been passing notes. We've been seeing a note go back and forth between the kids and Sean Combs. Sean Combs passing it back to his attorney, back to the kids. So he's got a lot of support. And in terms of how the jurors are taking all of this, we're all very interested, because when you read through just the transcript of what has happened inside of court, he really does sound flippant at times and trying to kind of, I don't know, make light of some of the events that have allegedly happened. But we've been told from people who are looking at the jurors' faces, Nichole, that some of them are actually kind of nodding along and kind of in tune with what he's putting down. So, you know, you can never estimate what a juror is going to say and do in the end. But just a very night and day situation with closing arguments right now, Nichole.
Yeah, that is an interesting note. So, Laura, what happens next?
All right, so we've got the continuation of the closing arguments from the defense. Then the prosecutors will get to put on what they call their rebuttal case. So they'll get to kind of counter anything that has been said and get that one last shot at the jurors before they get instructed. So jury instructions, the judge talked when the jurors went out to lunch real quick with everybody still in the courtroom and said, can we go past 5 today? Because if we want to get to the jury instructions before the weekend, we'd like to do that. Everybody seems to be in agreement with that. So they'll get the jury instructions most likely with the jury beginning deliberations on Monday. Nichole.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.